live. Hopefully my audio's working. I've had four audio failures this week. Very frustrating. So let's talk about your Joseph story. So I read my fair share of scripture and other scriptural text. Scriptural. That's a difficult word. Text. And so when I read, things like historical text or scriptural text, I think about, how does that apply to today, right? These stories from centuries or thousands and thousands of years ago, how does that relate to today, to today's life? So today I would like to take a shot at um, applying the Joseph story to your life, and which was my life too at a certain point in time. So, for those of you who haven't read the Joseph story, I know most of you have. If not, you definitely should. Some amazing. It is an amazing story. Some amazing stories, obviously, in the Bible, and this is one of the greatest ones. So essentially, Joseph was uh, thrown in, basically put into slavery. He was by his brothers, right? Like snitches get stitches, kind of thing, and brothers kind of like uh, got him put into slavery, and he was a slave, but essentially like he was working for Potiphar, aka the man, and then basically Potiphar's wife basically accused Joseph of making a move on him, all this kind of stuff. So then he was imprisoned and enslaved even longer, which it was false. He didn't do anything. And the thing was he was entrapped. Okay, this is where I'm getting at. Like he was entrapped in slavery for whatever, a decade and a half. And Pharaoh was like having these dreams. He was like the ruler over all of Egypt, and he was like, I'm having these dreams and I can't figure them out. So a couple of dudes tried figuring out, couldn't figure it out. And this one guy's like, I know a guy, his name was Joseph. And like this dude was like the stuff when it comes to translating dreams. Like we got to get talk to Joseph. So they got Joseph over there, and he was able to use his gift, and he deciphered the dreams, and was able, like, basically made allowed Egypt to make all these moves and put in position and all this kind of stuff. But the point of the story was that Joseph was essentially not free. He was not a free man, and he had gifts that he wasn't using, that were going wasted, until a light got shown on him, and he was able to use those gifts, and like overnight rose up to be like just second in power and control under Pharaoh, even though he was a different race. Essentially, he was a Jew. So how does this relate to you? And I know I skipped over a lot, probably butchered some of that story, but how does it relate to you? So I see so many of you, so many men that I meet, have met over the years through whatever networking events, work, through my businesses, some of my own coaching students, and they have a talent. They have a talent or a skill set that they have, but it's not really being used. They are trapped by their job. Joseph was in slavery. I don't want to say you're in slavery, because you have freedom to choose, right? But in a sense, you are. Like if we view slavery as like basically a limitation, a reduction, a removal of your freedoms, well, that's what a job does. It removes some of the freedoms that you get to have as a human being. Your time, your earning potential, quality of life, just using your skills and gifts. So consider, my friends, you have some type of gift. And in today's, let's relate this to the marketplace. Like there's different gifts that we have that can be used to share in, spiritually and relationally and health and fitness. There's a lot of things that we can do. It's not always about money, but we're going to relate the story to money and finances, and perhaps even real estate for some of you. Because some of you are stuck in a job and you have a gift that you can use and bring to the marketplace and create more financial abundance in your life and create more time freedom, but you're not doing it, right? You're stuck. And in today's day and age, like, for a lot of you, and I'm speaking to a lot of you, some of you I've met before or have met someone like you, and I know you are listening to this and you have skills, and for you to be sitting at a job or stuck at a job, whether it be virtual or you're working from home, it's an archaic model for the most part. Like, if you have ability, which you all do, but like just work ethic and like how I started with just a dream and a drive, and that's literally all I had, because I didn't have any, inherent gifts. I knew nothing about business or real estate. I had no money, but I had a dream and I had a drive. So if you've got a dream and a drive and you've got a gift, my friends, you have so much to offer to the marketplace. And the way that the world is now, it's so easy to start a business and easy to out earn. Your earning potential is like limitless compared to what you're doing working at some job. So start thinking about, what is your Joseph story? Like, you may be enslaved and you may be entrapped, but what is the gift? What is the gift that you can, bring to the marketplace, i.e. what Joseph did with Pharaoh? He brought a gift and he gave value and he was rewarded. He exchanged that value because it meant so much. It changed the future of their people with the droughts and all these famines and everything that were to come. It changed everything with his gift. So you have a gift where you can change and make an impact in the world, in the marketplace, in your community. But you got to get out there and share it, my friends. You're not enslaved. Like, you have choices and you have options. But you got to get out there and get after it. I would absolutely love if some of you would be so bold as to share, like, what is your Joseph story? Like, what is some talent that you hid in the past? You brought it to the marketplace, and now, like, your life is radically changed. Like Joseph's. His life radically changed. And he later met his brothers, forgave them, and all that kind of stuff. So don't be like, do the quiet quitting on your boss, your job, if you are there. Like, I see that going on too. Like, be grateful that you have that opportunity. Be grateful that you've learned that it's not what you want in your future, and you're working towards a better opportunity. Real estate is that way for a lot of people, because there's so many opportunities in real estate. There's so many needs and areas of opportunity, people where people need to be served, and maybe that's you. Maybe you feel called to real estate. Maybe that's where your gift is. If so, share that. If not, like, just private message me. Let me know. Like, talk to me. Like, man, I got this thing in my heart. I want to do XYZ in real estate or in the investing world. I really think like I can crush it. Dude, that's your gift. But many are called, few are chosen. The ones that are chosen are the ones that actually respond to the call. So you got to respond to the call. So hit me up. Maybe I can help. That's what I do. I help guide people from where they're at to help them get to where they want to go to, specifically in the real estate investing arena. But I'd love to hear stories. Love to hear if this resonated with you and what your gifts are and what your Joseph story is.